Alright, we are going to do a new name for once, because I haven't found anything that interesting on Oprah beyond, like, those two really big files, which turns out it was just the one big file and mixed in with another one. But I have decided I'm going to move on from Oprah because this guy, Sultan Bin Sulayem, and I will come back to Oprah at some point. I want to see what all 155 files say about her, because I can do that. I can do 155 files. This guy, Sultan Bin Sulayem, 4,858 results. Now I'm wondering if that has changed. No, it is not changed. It is not changed in the last few days. But here's what's interesting. Aiden, are you familiar with the 23&Me leaks?
No, I'm not familiar with the well, I guess what you have told me from our last conversation before we started rolling, but no, I'm not really familiar with the 23&Me leaks. I know that, what was it? It was Epstein was collecting information on it or something like that, or
no.
Something about eugenics, I'm sure. No? Okay.
No, not to my knowledge Not to my knowledge was Epstein collecting information on the 23&Me leaks, although that did happen, I believe, while he was still alive. Let me actually look that up really quick. 23&Me leak. Because I only know a little bit. The first thing that pops up is Wikipedia. It says 23&Me data leak was a data breach at personal genomics company 23&Me, and 23&Me reported on October 2023. So he wouldn't have known, because he would. He was mostly dead. Let's go with that term. Mostly dead. Yeah. The cyber attack gathered profile and ethnicity information from millions of users. The affected customers were reportedly to be not only primarily Ashkenazi Jews, but also including hundreds of thousands of ethnically Chinese users. The hackers stole information customers had chosen to share with their DNA matches, which could include their name, profile photo, birth year, location, family surnames, grandparents, birthplaces, ethnicity estimates, mitochondrial DNA haplotype, Y chromosome DNA haplotype, and link to external family tree, and any text content a customer had optimally included in their About section. In October 6, 2023, the company confirmed that the hackers had illicitly accessed data on approximately 6.9 million users. So wait a minute. I only know one person in my life who I believe did 23&Me. I'm not even too sure if it was 23&Me. It might have been another one. With that being said, I know a lot of people. In terms of, like, sample size, that is like one person out of the few hundred people I have known in my life who has admitted to me that they've used 23&Me. And this is why we do not trust non-medical DNA testing. Because this stuff is very easily accessible to hackers. And for anyone who doesn't know me very well, I am very familiar with the genetic community. And there are companies that will literally keep your DNA so private they won't even know it's your DNA specifically, because they have it attached to like a number or a code of some sort, but it's not your name. And so everything is super, super private. 23&Me is not one of them, and it's believed that they actually deliberately sell your data overseas. With that being said, this could be good news for once, because this dude over here, this freaking, why are they covering up his name when we've just put, this is another one, the Sultan, I'm going to call him the Sultan because I'm really bad at pronouncing his name, unless I'm reading it, and I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it then. Wait a minute, why is it, this is weird. Okay, so it redacts whatever's in the brackets, I guess, but doesn't redact his full name. But anyways, his full name is Sultan Bin Sulayem, and the whole leak could benefit us, Because back in 2017, on June 5th, 2017, this guy ordered a full 30 23&Me kits. Now, why would he do that? I don't know. But it says here, this is interesting, he bought it. Can you please tell me who James Miller is? He is who you have billed the 30 kits to. Okay, I guess James Miller is the guy paying, technically speaking. Also, do I understand the shipping address is Jeffrey's home at 9th East 71st Street, New York, New York, 10021. So the Sultan orders them. James Miller is billed. They go to Jeffrey's house. So already this looks sus, because you got 3 separate parties involved in the freaking purchase and transportation of these 23&Me kits. And then you got this guy who we don't know, he's redacted, sending the email to the Sultan, and I have no doubt in my mind that whoever that's from, he needs to be brought in for questioning, because how are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you ordering 30 23&Me kits? And then I don't think this is like the original, I don't think this is like the first, when I first looked this guy up, I don't think this was the first one where I saw the 23&Me kits. I think I just remember seeing the receipt. I don't remember seeing the email. With that being said, I'm not taking notes, probably should, so I'm probably have to get another notebook. I have a lot of notebooks. And just like take some quick notes and, just say, okay, so-and-so is here. This is what we were talking about here, because it's a little, I can't type, like, I could do a split screen. Shoot. I'm only using half of my brain right now, but it doesn't help the fact that I'm doing these after I'm done with work, but I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get better at doing stuff as we go along.
We'll get better as we go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll learn.
They also use PayPal, which I think PayPal has also had a few data breaches. Let me see. So, we might... Okay, it can expose sensitive customer data. There was, yep, okay, there was, this is why I never keep money in these things. PayPal data breach confirmed, money was stolen. So yeah, this might be like the one time hackers could come to the rescue. Because who are all these people ordering all of these 23&Me, and what were the results? Or maybe that's like the 23&Me of the victims, maybe it's their DNA, but whoever it is, like whatever they're ordering these for, we need to figure out like why specifically, and that is definitely not mentioned in here, so that's a problem. But that's 30 23&Me DNA kits. And so I heard about this guy, and they were talking about the 30 kits, and it keeps popping up. Literally, are these separate? Oh, I hate it. So you open these up, and they're different. I think, oh my goodness, I think he ordered 30 23&Me kits on multiple different occasions now. Let me see. Let me confirm. Thank you for your recent order, May 21st, 2017. Because if not, then we just got a bunch of May 21st, 2017. Okay, still same one. But there's a lot of them. Okay, so far it's like the exact same receipt. More about Lesley Groff. Jim Miller and I issued him. What? Why does no one know how to spell? Oh my goodness, my mom would have a heart attack if these were her kids. I raised you to actually spell right. Wow, how are you a full-grown adult and you can't spell right? Jim Miller is my PA, and I've issued him a supplementary card linked to my account so I can make purchases. You are correct. I'm using Jeffrey's address for fast delivery. If they have canceled my order, I can give you my credit card to start a fresh order. So, this is to the Sultan from Lesley Groff. So, wait, dear Lesley, wait, the Sultan. I'll be in touch, Lesley. Okay. So, Sultan, okay. Okay, maybe I'm just reading stuff too fast. Okay, so Jim Miller is his personal assistant. I'm guessing it isn't his first. English isn't his first language, judging by his spelling, because I think he means to say issued, not issued. I issued him a supplementary card linked to my account so I can make purchases. You are correct. I'm using Jeffrey's address for fast delivery. If they have canceled my order, can I give you my credit card to start a fresh order? Hi, Sultan. Can you please tell me who James Miller is? He who you have billed the 30 kits to. Also, do you have the understanding shipping? Okay, this is literally the same one, unless we have more information. Still, May 21st, 2017. Oh my goodness, these freaking repeats. Yep, same one. Okay. And that makes it hard to tell, like, if you click, this is where you start going crazy, where you think you clicked on the same one, then you go back, and then you're like, wait, no, these two different names, you open them up, same file, different allotment of, technically different name, but what is it called? It's like an assigned number. Sultan Bin Sulayem wants you to connect with you on LinkedIn. So this is for Jeffrey. They want to connect on LinkedIn. So this guy also needs to go in. I need to figure out who this guy is. Any guesses before I look him up, what he might be? Because I have no idea.
He might be...
I'm just quick look.
I'm thinking some sort of Hollywood type.
Really? I'm thinking he's like some rich guy in the Middle East. Like he's like part of the royal family. Did you know? Which country is it that you can only? I think it's Saudi Arabia. You can only get invited to the country if you get an invite from the royal family or royal family member. But I found him, and he looks like a complete nerd in traditional Arabic clothing. It says Sultan Bin Sulayem, former CEO of DP World. What is DP World? I don't know. I will have to look it up. Dubai-based ports giant DP World quits after Epstein links revealed. Yeah, probably a good thing, my guy. DP World. I'm willing, probably a like some sort of store. Is a leading Dubai-based state-owned logistics giant that facilitates roughly 10 to 11% of global container trade. Okay. The canal. There's the big canal that's in Egypt, and that's where they believe like a lot of, it's like a large chunk of all your trade goes through. So I'm imagining that he has something to do with that. Originally a port operator, it has evolved into a global end-to-end supply chain provider managing marine terminals, industrial parks, specialized logistics, and digital trade solutions in over 75 countries. So, yeah, big term for we handle the logistics of getting stuff through the canal. What is the canal in the... I want to call... I want to say it's like the Suez Canal, but I could be wrong. I haven't brushed up on geography. Yeah, okay, it is the Suez Canal. It is the Suez Canal. I remember like seeing some stuff on it. Every once in a while, a ship will get stuck in the Suez Canal, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, our shipments are gonna be late because guess what? This giant ship is blocking the canal." So that'll happen once every few years.
Alright.
Oh, he's having dinner with the Sultan. Yep. TBD dinner with Sultan Bin Sulayem. Although it doesn't specify Jeffrey Epstein, I think that is for Jeffrey Epstein. And this is April 8th, 2013. Let's put that one off to the side. I'm going to have to like go through my own freaking videos just to keep track of all these once until I get like another fresh notebook, because I am out of good notebooks to be using right now, and I would like want a fresh one for this venture. What else do we got? More dinner. He's going to dinner with this guy, it looks like. To Jeffrey Epstein. Wait a minute. This is one of those things where it redacted it, but you can still see it was Jeffrey Epstein. I hate this. I hate the setup they have so much, but I know they're trying to confuse us, so that's why I go back and read it anyways. No, it doesn't specify. It doesn't specify who it was sent to. But it does say, okay, Lesley Groff is talking about dinner with Sultan Bin Sulayem. Yeah, it looks like they're having... She's forwarding it to herself? Lesley Groff, this is one of those... You know, you've heard about how they send emails to themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them, where Lesley Groff is sending herself an email. And it's about dinner with the Sultan. So, this is something that people are kind of mystified by. Is like, why are you sending emails to yourself? Because I sent emails to myself a few times back when email was new. And I didn't know what else to do. Oh. What do we have here? Bella in our accounting department will have the wire instructions. Take care. He did. I think he did order more 23&Me test kits. Okay. It doesn't specify 23&Me, but it says on June 13th, 2017, at 2:02 p.m., Sulayem wrote, okay, the amount is $6,084.95. And that was not the amount that I remember seeing. I believe it was 3,000 something for the kits. And this is like a few weeks afterwards. So happy they made it to you safe and sound, and our accounting department will send you the wire instructions. Take care. This is a different amount to my recollection. I gotta go back now and check, because I remember it being 3,000. Let's take a look. It's like literally like the first emails. I mean, the first one mentioned. So, yeah. Yeah, so it is $3,151.95 compared to like the over $6,000 for the kits. So I think he's ordering it. He didn't say in this one particular email, but I think he is ordering kits at different times. And I'm wondering if he might be using different people to order them with. Because maybe it looks suspicious if he orders so many. Because with this, it was 99. Let me see what that is when you divide it by 99. I know you got taxes on top. Let's see. Let's see what you get when you take 60, 84.95 divided by 99. No. Okay. 60, 84.95 divided by 99. Okay, that is a different That's a different that's a different thing. It can't. It's $61, so it makes no sense to me. But it says kits. What kits? What are they buying? Why does this guy like kits so much? What is going on here? I have no idea. Can we just have someone hack 23&Me, please? I never thought I'd ask anyone to hack 23&Me, but here I am, saying that you should maybe hack 23&Me and see what was in those particular kits for these guys. Which also makes sense. Makes sense why they would have. Dang it. So many people involved, because then it's going to be harder to actually trace it to who was buying them and stuff and who wanted them. Because if you have a different name on the order versus the person who's actually using it, that can be a problem in terms of bringing it up to court. Okay, so more stuff. So first one was ordered in May. He is buying multiple kits at different times. Because here's another one. This one was from earlier, March 29th, 2017 at 1:35 p.m. Hi Sultan, the 23&Me kit from Amazon has arrived at the palace. It was handed directly to someone at the front desk. On March 28th, 2017 at 10:50 a.m., Sultan Bin Sulayem, redacted, wrote, okay, sent from my iPhone. So this is a few months prior to the time he bought the 30 kits. He keeps buying them. So does he like have a familial obsession with seeing what's in his family? But then he's sending them to Jeffrey Epstein's house. So why on earth are they doing this? Why are they getting so many 23&Me DNA kits? That's very suspicious. Especially since there is more involved. Okay, so this is something I can speak on. Having some experience in the genetic world. When you do the doctor genetic test, when you go to the doctor, it's a lot more involved, and then you have to fill out a lot more. You have to fill out a little bit more information. Like 23&Me, I think you just order it. It's very straightforward. They're going to ask, whereas with a doctor, they're going to ask, like, about stuff like your insurance and stuff like that. Well, at the time, back in 2017, that may not have been as big of a deal for insurance, because insurance wasn't covering a whole lot in terms of DNA. I don't even know if that was at that time, if they were. We have to actually go back and look. But with that being said, you still have to, there's more paperwork involved as opposed to 23&Me. 23&Me, it's pretty straightforward. So it looks like they are trying to do some sort of DNA testing on the cheap side, and then they want it for some reason. 23&Me is like for ancestry.
Yeah.
Right?
Ancestry. Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. I'm getting this mixed up. I'm thinking of Ancestry.com. That's a different one. 23&Me, actually, I think they're... What do they show? They might show, like abnormalities. Because there's different types of DNA tests. I haven't looked into 23&Me because I knew about the leak. 23&Me test for... Because there's one that I know does one for, like, diseases and stuff. Okay, they do ancestry, genetic health risk, carrier status for inherited conditions, and personal traits. Key reports include ancestry composition, 4,500 plus regions, Neanderthal DNA, risk factors, for diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, BRCA1, BRCA2, carrier status, e.g. cystic fibrosis, and wellness trait reports. So all the these are very well known in the genetic community, so all like the big genetic stuff. It'll do like the basic run through. So anyone who's listening, if you want to do a full genomic test right now, it's going to cost you a full few $1,000s, if I remember correctly right now. If you're doing your full genome. They're not doing your full genome. They're just looking for certain genes. And they're also not... it's not. They're not as specific. 23andMe is not as specific as a medical test. But it is something going on. This guy wanted them for a reason. Why, we don't know. So he's Sultan Bin Sulayem. We could keep going forever on this 23andMe. They probably, I would imagine that if there was a really good reason why they're getting it, probably they talked about it off email. I know there was a way to like look up two things at once. Let's see. Any thoughts while I try and figure out something?
No, I'm kind of just listening and trying to figure out the importance of why would they want to collect all that information, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's a pretty new company, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, especially since, like, all the key stuff, at least from what we've been told, has happened between, like, you know, the 90s, late 2000s.
Yeah. Let's see. When I first tried this, I could use functions to like filter out stuff, but now it doesn't look like I can use functions anymore. And I'm guessing they took that down, because I remember very distinctly I could figure out the functions, and that was pretty easy to like. Let's say you want to find a file that mentions Jeffrey Epstein and Lesley Groff, like both of them together. There was a way where you could do that, where you had both of those combined, but now it looks like they might have gotten rid of that function. So they won't let you choose. You have to like type in one specific name and be like, here you go. No, you can't go ahead and find anything specific anymore. Like you have to it has to be verbatim. It has to be word for word what you're looking up. So that makes me frustrated, because I never trusted the government. Now I'm at the point where I'm like 1776 happened for a reason sort of deal, you know?
Yeah.
I'm at that level now. I'm like, let's do 1776 again with our modern government. That'd be fun. I am still.
It's definitely needed. We need some sort of reset, because it's crazy. Like we got what is it? I think at least the rabbit hole that I've been going down is like Israel's trying to overthrow the United States, or at least make the United States their greatest warrior.
Yeah, they want us to be their current great Egypt, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't want to be their great Egypt.
Yeah.
I think
like I'm fine with them having their own little, you know, land. Like they deserve to have a place to stay. And honestly, Israel's it's their expansionism is where I have a problem. Which,
well, I have a problem.
If they want America to help with that, I think that they're crap out of luck.
I'm having a problem with the fact that I do not understand what's going on. Like every time I hear one side, then I hear another side have a counter. They're like, no, that was misrepresented. This is how it really was, and then it just keeps going back and forth, and then it feels like they're hiding stuff from us. So this is why I don't take a strong stance. I just know that in the Bible, whenever Israel was no longer following God, God's like, okay, I'm going to turn away from you, and it doesn't matter who you get to come help you; they're not going to be able to help you. With that being said, I did find one really quick. I did find an email really quick that mentions the Rothschilds, the Sultan, Ehud Barak, and Jeffrey Epstein. And we're gonna have to leave on that. I will leave it in the description, as I always do. I always leave the files in the description. Anyways, Aiden, this is the end. Yeah, good night.